Beginning in the second half of 1979, the CCP implemented a family planning policy mandating that couples have only one child. In 1982, this policy was enshrined in the Constitution as a basic state policy. While the CCP presented this as a measure to control population growth, it was, in essence, a planned, organized, and sustained massacre of the Chinese nation. One particularly brutal example of this policy in action occurred in Guangxi County, Shandong Province, where a 100 Days Without Children campaign was launched. During this campaign, all pregnancies, whether compliant with the policy or not, were forcibly aborted within 100 days. Slogans like, "I'd rather cut off my children than put the party at ease," were common, and pregnant women were coerced into abortions with threats such as "And if you hang yourself, we'll give you a rope. If you drink poison, we'll give you a bottle." Even more inhumane slogans included, "It is better to add 10 graves than one newborn," and "It is better to shed blood than to allow a second child." Such slogans and practices were widespread across rural China. The CCP justified this policy by claiming that China's large population hindered the country's development. However, this was a lie. Although China was the most populous country in the world at the time, it ranked only 11th globally in terms of population density, lower than Japan, the United Kingdom, and Germany. Therefore, poverty in China was not directly related to population size or distribution. It was a consequence of the societal system in place. The true driving forces behind the CCP's ruthless one-child policy were profit and officials' performance metrics. A grassroots cadre revealed the dark secrets behind the policy. In his township, the minimum fine for early marriage and pregnancy was 6,500 yuan, while the fine for having an unauthorized child was at least 10,000 yuan, often much more. Informers received 15% of the fines, with the rest divided among the township family planning office, 20%, township leaders, 35%, and the county family planning committee, 30%. The CCP euphemistically referred to these fines as social support payments, claiming they were handed over to the state treasury. In reality, they were divided among CCP officials and related organizations. Official CCP figures from 2012 show that 24 provinces collected about 20 billion yuan in family planning fines, but no one has been able to account for where this money went. By the 1990s, the one-child policy had become a one-vote veto system for assessing the performance of officials in various units. If there was an excess in births, the main leader of the unit would be demoted or dismissed, and the bonuses and other incomes of the employees would be affected. To keep their positions and secure profits, family planning officials became ruthless enforcers, terrorizing, abducting, fining, and even detaining those who violated birth control regulations. This was especially true in rural areas, where tragedies involving broken families and deaths were common. According to official CCP data, in the 36 years that China practiced the one-child policy, as many as 400 million fewer people were born, with 13 million abortions recorded each year. This policy led to the deaths of hundreds of millions of fetuses, making it one of the most devastating social policies in human history.